Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, ma'am. This is a continuation of the topic figures of speech prevalent in poetry. The first one that I have here is irony. Now, in poetry, irony is a literary technique that uses discordance, incongruity, or a naive speaker to say something other than a poem's literal meaning. An example of this is Samuel Taylor Coleridge's rhyme of the Ancient Mariner. It says, water, water everywhere, and all the boards did shrink. Water, water everywhere, nor any drop to drink. Now, in these lines, the speaker is considering their situation and that of their fellow crew members. What makes it ironic is that there's a lot of water, but they can't drink it, and they are at risk of dehydration and death while surrounded by the ocean. So that is a very good example of um, irony. The next one here is onomatopoeia. Now, onomatopoeia is a literary device where words mimic the actual sounds we hear. It is often used by poets because it allows the reader to visualize the scene by creating a multi-sensory experience, all with words. Now, readers don't just picture the scene. They hear the sounds in nature or feel the chill in the air through words. So here's an example by Edgar Allan Poe in his poem The Bells. Here, the words in bold are examples of onomatopoeia. We have clang and clash and roar and twanging and clanging and jangling and wrangling. The next one here is euphemism. Euphemism is when an author replaces harsh words or phrases with more mild ones to essentially soften the blow of something that could have a more negative connotation otherwise. An example of this is John Donne's The Flea. In this part of the poem, the speaker uses the flea and its actions as a euphemism for sex. He cites it as evidence that nothing bad will happen if she gives himself to him. Now, their essences mingled successfully inside the creature, so they will in real life as well. The next one here is apostrophe. This is a figure of speech in which the poet addresses an absent person, an abstract idea, or a thing. A very good example for this is Death Be Not Proud by John Donne. It says, Death be not proud, though some have called thee mighty and dreadful, for thou art not so. Now in this part of the poem, the speaker addresses death as if it can hear him. The next one is metonymy. This is a figure of speech in which a related term is substituted for the word itself. Often, the substitution is based on a material, causal, or conceptual relation between things. An example of this is Beowulf. This is a part of the epic Beowulf. Now, in this particular excerpt, the author uses the terms ocean keel and wave swimmer to refer to the entire ship. The author goes on to describe other parts of the ship very poetically, calling the sail the sea cloth at first and referring to the boards of the ship as flood timbers. Now, this was a very popular technique in Old English works, and the use of metonymy here draws the reader's attention to the different ways to understand the form and function of the ship and its parts. Thus, metonymy creates new connections in this